We hear it all the time, and I'm guilty of saying this myself. Children today don't listen. They're disrespectful. They're always fighting. They challenge every boundary, argue over every correction, want everything they see, and seem more concerned with what their friends think than what's being taught at home. Now, parents may look at this behavior and ask, what is wrong with these children? And sometimes the answer is that they know better and still continue to do wrong. Children must be held accountable. Correction matters. Boundaries matter. Consequences matter. But before we stop at the behavior, we have to ask a deeper question. Who taught them what that behavior means? A child who gets in fight over and over again may not only be angry. They may have learned that walking away makes them weak, that disrespect must be answered publicly, or that fear is the only way to secure respect. A child who rejects every correction may have learned that authority is controlling, that admitting fault means losing power and seem weaker, or that nobody has the right to tell them what to do. A child consumed with having different clothes, name brand shoes, concerned about their appearances or possessions may not only want the item, they may believe that having it will protect them from being embarrassed, prove that they belong, or keep other children from seeing them as less than, right? They don't want to be seen as being poor. The visible behavior is real, but there may be a lesson beneath it. And that lesson did not always come from inside the home. Culture does not need permission to teach your child. It only needs repeated access. It teaches through what receives attention, what gets rewarded, what creates belonging, and what is presented often enough to begin feel normal. You see, culture can teach that fighting proves strength, that defiance proves independence, that attention proves value, that possessions prove success. Then the child begins pursuing behavior that without fully understanding the belief that is driving it. Romans 12 verses 2 says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." Conformity begins when the world's pattern becomes the child's interpretation of life. That's why correction cannot stop at "don't do it again." A consequence may address the incident while leaving the lesson untouched. You see, parents have to go beneath the behavior, and they need to start asking, what did you think would happen if you walked away? What does having this item mean to you? And why does correction feel like somebody is against you? What are you afraid people will think if you don't respond? You're not asking because the behavior is acceptable. You're asking because you need to know what has been forming the response. And once the lesson is uncovered, it has to be replaced. If the child believes fighting proves strength, teach them the difference between strength and the loss of control. If they believe correction is rejection, show them that healthy authority corrects because their future matters. If they believe possessions establishes worth, teach them that belonging cannot be purchased and success must be built before it can be displayed. We can't only react to what our children are doing. We have to examine what has been teaching them to do it. Culture does not need your permission to teach your child, but it must not have the final authority. You still have the responsibility to uncover the lessons, renew the child's understanding, and establish a stronger truth inside your home. This is Between the Lines with Camiel Khalilah, where we go beneath topics and we don't stop at what children are doing. We go beneath the surface to understand what is shaping them and what families must build instead. Subscribe, because we are going to keep uncovering the lessons hiding beneath each behavior. Thanks for joining, and I see you next time.